Hey, beautiful. Welcome back to another episode of the Meant to Bloom podcast. I'm your host, Brittany Clarkson. I'm so glad you're here with me today. If you're not following me and subscribed on YouTube, go ahead and do that now. YouTube.com/ Brittany Clarkson. If you're not already there watching this or listening to it right now, I'd love to have you in that community over there. Anyways, let's talk about the mental reframe needed to be a really great, highly successful mom. Okay, this video, I'm trying to get used to these, I'm trying to get used to these new glasses. They're reading glasses, anti-glare and everything, but I feel like they're the wrong prescription, so let's just stop back. Sorry for the glare on the video, but I'm used to these ones. The other ones making me feel nauseous. Imperfection, hey. We're all just figuring this out, right? Anyways, if you are feeling like overwhelmed with trying to be that perfect mom, this is the episode for you. If you're feeling like you just can't do it all, this is the one for you. Okay? So, let me share with you, there are times where I have felt like I was failing as a mom. Just absolutely good job. And the reason behind it, when I stopped to think about it, was so, I'm sorry, dumb. And I know some of you are going to resonate with that reasoning, and you're also falling into it, you're believing it. Maybe that is how you view success, but I don't. And the thing is, success is an individual experience. We all get to define what success looks like for us in the season that we're in. And this can change. Okay? But at the time, I was thinking, I'm not a good mom if I'm not getting a perfectly balanced dinner on the table at 6 p.m. every single night. And I'm not a good mom if my car is not clean. And I'm not a good mom if there are dishes in the sink when I go to bed at night. Now, those three things I really thought were the reason I was failing as a mom. And I have never been successful at those three things. So there's a difference. If those three things are important to you and you're actually on top of those things and it feels good to be on top of those, then this is not the episode for you. I've never been that image of success that I had in my head. So by my own standard, I was never going to be enough. I was never going to be a good mom. But when I paused and I stopped and I questioned, do my kids care about those things? Are my kids healthy? Are they getting the vitamins and nutrients that they need? Are they getting enough food, even if they're not eating a perfectly balanced, made from scratch meal every night? Because they've never had that. Do my kids care if my car's a mess? No. Do I really care if my car's a mess? Not really. I think my husband's the only one that's like, gosh, I wish you'd keep your car a little bit cleaner with how much we paid for this. But I'm like, you know what? This car's reliable. It's not full of penicillin growing on, mold or anything. I don't have rotting food or stinking dirty diapers out there. And I mean, there have been seasons in my life where, yeah, you could have found those in my car. But for the most part, no, that's not a consistent thing that's in my car all the time. My car's a place for my kids to. I think I'm doing a good job. Do I buckle my kids correctly into their seatbelt every time we get in the car? Yeah, we do. I think I'm doing a good job as a mom. It's a matter of reframing these things. Dishes in the sink. Do my kids care if there's dishes in the sink? Absolutely not. Would my kids prefer I be in their bedroom reading them a bedtime story at night instead of staying up late getting that kitchen clean? Yeah. Do my kids prefer the way I behave and the way I treat them and the way I talk to them and the way I have more patience for them when I've had enough sleep? Yeah, they prefer that. They don't care if there's dishes in the sink. And therefore, if I'm going to be more kind and patient with my children, if I'm going to be able to show my love for them more because I got an extra half hour of sleep instead of staying up and cleaning the dishes, then I'm going to choose that one. That's the one that makes me a good mom. We're going to talk about reframing what success looks like for you, because it's not going to be perfection. And you're not going to have every duck in a row, and you're not going to be able to juggle every single ball that you can find. We have to pick and we have to choose, and we have to decide that what we're capable of is success. What you're already doing is probably more successful than you're viewing. So let's get into that. All right. There is just this pressure to define success as perfection. And we can't do that. None of us do that. I'm reminded of this concept of how when you go to visit a mom at her house, when a mom comes to visit at your house, this interaction that tends to happen over and over and over again. Rehydrating. Like I've seen this reaction play out. I've participated in this interaction. Okay, you're having someone come over, especially when it's like a mom friend. You're having another mom come into your home and you spend hours cleaning. You spend 3 days cleaning and preparing for them to get there. And then when they get there, you apologize that it's such a mess. So what are you telling them? Instantly, if I walk into a home that's cleaner than mine and the mother apologizes for the mess, instantly, I'm like, this is cleaner than my house. You're telling me it's a mess and you're apologizing. So you're telling me it's not okay for a house to be this messy because my house is messier. Now we have a problem. Now I have this guilt. Now I have this anxiety. Now this beautifully budding relationship between me and this mom might not go anywhere because I'm afraid if she comes to my house, it's going to be too messy for her. She's going to think I'm a slob. She's going to think all these bad things of me. Meanwhile, she's not telling me that she spent 3 days cleaning. She's not telling me she spent 5 hours cleaning today before I got there. She's not telling me that this is the cleanest her house has been in 6 months. See what we do? We're like raising the bar for ourselves, but we're actually raising the bar for other people. And then it makes us raise the bar. It's the keeping up with the Joneses. We're each just like, oh no, we have to what? It's not even trying to one up each other. It's just trying to match each other. But we're trying to match a lie. Do you get what I'm saying? Is this resonating? Is this making sense with you? Okay. That version of success, of doing it all and having it all, is unattainable for most moms. Some moms can do a lot. There are high-performing people out there. But a lot of us, and I think if you're gravitating towards me and you're resonating with me and you've been listening to this podcast for a long time and you like vibe with what I'm saying, you're probably not one of those moms who can have it all and do it all. Because you're probably type B, ADHD, struggle with depression. You might even be undiagnosed or diagnosed autistic. There's so many hurdles. You might have a child who's autistic or ADHD. You might have a lot of handicaps in your life. I have handicaps in my life. So that having it all together, having my appearance together, having my car clean, having my home clean, having my kids behaving well, being really connected and close with my kids, having my kids 2 to 3 reading grade levels ahead, plus running my own business and bringing in my own money, plus just making a lot of friends everywhere I go. Like, that's not all going to happen for me. I'm not going to get all of those. I had a thriving marriage. Let's throw marriage in there, right? Like, it's not realistic to have all these things. In order to have all those things, you have to have so many privileges set up for you. You have to have so many things go right. Like, your kids have to be naturally gifted at school in order for them to be excelling at everything. You have to be naturally gifted at the planning and the organizing and the follow through. You have to have a husband who is like right there to nurture the relationship and keep it going and keep it thriving. And you just have to have the type of personality that can make sales and run a business and make good friends everywhere you go. Like, there's so many things that have to go into play for a mom to have it all. And some moms do. But if you don't, like, it's not something to feel ashamed about. It's not something to feel sad about. It's not a character flaw that you don't have it all. We're not all meant to have all of that. Right? We're all meant to have different things. We all have different skills. We all have different ambitions. Like, not even all of us want to have everything. Some of us just want to be able to keep our kitchen clean most days. Some of us just want kids who go to bed before 9 p.m. Some of us just want kids who sleep in later than 6 a.m. Some of us just want to get 7 hours of sleep at night. All right? Whatever it is you want, having that is what success looks like for you. And what, when you have it, is going to feel good for you. What is attainable and achievable, and actually like, what's something that once you have it, you're going to be happy to have it. Do you know what I'm saying here? All right. We don't want to burn out trying to get to success, because if you get this image of success in your head and then you get it, but you're burnt out, but it triggers depressive episodes, but it triggers chronic illness flare-ups, then it's not success for you. That's not you living your best life. That's not you living your dreams. That's not you at your peak. That's not you living an optimized life. Okay? That's not what you really want. What you really want is the life that's going to bring you peace, the life that's going to bring you joy, the life that is going to bring you connection with people, right? It might not be that you want to make friends everywhere you go. It might just mean that you want to feel really connected to one or two people, plus your kids and your husband. Like, what is it you really want? Do you really want to have a thriving business with more money? Or do you really just want to feel secure? Do you just want to feel in control of something? Do you really just want to feel like you're contributing something into the world? Maybe you need to lean into your creativity more. Maybe what you need just to give compliments and encouragement and hope to other people. You don't know what you stop and think about it. All right? What is it that you really want out of life? What version of success, what successful version of you comes with a regulated nervous system? What does that look like for you? Waking up happy, waking up excited for the day, going to sleep knowing that you did the best you could every day, going to sleep knowing that your kids feel loved by you, going to sleep knowing you're exactly where you're meant to be. What does that look like for you? We're redefining success. We're taking the pause that's needed to get clear on what your values are, what's actually important to you. How can your daily habits confirm your values? How you spend your days is how you spend your life. Where you invest your time is where your values are. So how can you align how you spend your day with what your values really are? That's success. Living in alignment with your values. That is success. Having all of your basic needs met regularly. That is success. Okay? So we have to get clear on what our values are. You have to embrace the flexibility and allow room for the messiness and the imperfection. You're not just going to wake up tomorrow and live your dream life from wake to sleep. Like, you're not going to just wake up and have a perfect day where everything goes exactly as planned in line with that vision of success that you just created just now. You have to allow the flexibility and the learning curve of building new habits, of building these new neural connections where one thing leads to the next. Because right now you're in whatever habits you're in. Your brain wants to keep reverting exactly back to where you are right now. And you have to break free of that, and you have to build new connections, new habits before you're going to feel good about where you are. Okay? But you're going to have a better chance of building those connections if the life you're building is the life you actually want to be living, not just what you thought success looked like. You have to focus on connection over control. Build your strong relationships rather than focusing on perfect outcomes. Right? Kids aren't always going to listen. Kids are not always going to listen to you. You cannot control your children. That's a hard fact. that you can connect with them. You can have a good relationship with them. You can become the person that they want to listen to and they want to learn from. That's the difference. And always, always, always celebrate your wins. I don't believe in big wins, small wins. I believe in wins. Your brain doesn't know the difference. Those are concepts that we created. A win is a win. So even if it feels like it's small, you're just playing comparison. Small win means you're comparing. We don't do that. Okay? That's what gets us into this mess, is comparison. And we're not going to do that, okay? We're going to go ahead and choose joy in the chaos. We're going to choose to lean into these gratitude practices that we've always talked about. We're going to choose to let go of the little things that don't really matter. We're going to be present with our kids. We're going to be present with ourselves. We're going to practice mindfulness. We're going to nurture our relationships. We're going to breathe. We're going to breathe. We're going to regulate our nervous systems, and we're going to lean, and we're going to pivot as needed. We will pivot. We will make adjustments, and we will keep going. We will keep growing. And we're going to get to that place that feels right. And when you get there, you're going to know, this is what success feels like. This is what my life is meant to be doing. Like, this is where I'm meant to be. That is success. Okay? I encourage you to journal. Journal about everything we've just talked about today. Write it down. Get it out. Meditate on this. Brain dump the ideas. Look at it on paper. Do whatever you got to do. Do a vision board. Do some scrapbooking kind of stuff. Whatever your creativity pulls you towards. Do an interpretive dance if that's what helps you. Get this out of your body and out of your head and start making it reality. Okay? We are redefining success. As a mom, it means focusing on what truly matters, and it is connection, presence, and joy at the root of all of it. What do you have to do to get to that? What success brings you calmness and happiness? Okay, friend? And if you'd love continued support, I highly suggest you get into the Blossom Academy Connection. I think I just did the whole video like super low. Sorry for those listening on podcast app. You're not understanding this apology. I don't know. I might have been centered on the video. I wasn't looking at the video. I was looking at notes. Anyways, thank you for being here with me. I would love for you. Subscribe to the channel and go to brittanyclarkson.com/community or go to bloomroom.circle.so and join the community. There's a free community you can join where we talk about these podcast episodes with other like-minded moms, and it is a private community. It's not public to the entire social media universe. It is a pretty much mom-exclusive community. No boys allowed. Sorry. But I would love to have you in there, where you can also participate in our planning parties, and we can have one-on-one connections. I would just absolutely love to have you join the Blossom Academy Connection. That's also the hub where you can get into membership and master classes, get the digital archive. There's a whole free resource library in there with like over a dozen different workbooks and templates and things that you can get that are going to help you on this mom life journey. The one-day planner specifically is really great if you're trying to plan to do the things. I would just love to have you in there. All right, I will catch you next time, my friend.